Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Glad to have you all with us. It's the Corsair Summer Tour 2013. It's now time for Game 3. It's going to be 4FC versus Denial Esports. Loser of this match will be eliminated from Group C as the 4th place team. The winner will either finish 2nd or 3rd, but only 1st place and 2nd place advance. I'm LD. He's Merlini. And without any further ado, let's jump inside the draft.
So we see a very unusual first ban, Naga, from 4FC. Guess they had enough of it last game, but that will leave Lifestealer in the pool for Denial Esports, and they will pick it up 3rd. And there are not that many good anti-Lifestealer heroes with Treant already banned out, with Batrider banned out, and Naga. And 4FC will turn to Beastmaster to keep this Lifestealer in check.
Yeah, the Beastmaster, interesting pick from them. I do want to mention for anyone who hasn't heard yet, if you head over to gc.corsair.com, they are doing a giveaway for Dota TV tickets. The more of you that sign up, the more of you that can win. If they get a lot of signups, they'll give out extra tickets as well, I believe. So don't quote me on that, but I think they will anyway. I hope they will. But gc.corsair.com, there are Dota TV ticket giveaways. Hope you guys will consider signing up, get a free ticket, listen to us in-game. Everything should be hunky-dory there. But you mentioned Beastmaster. 4FC, a very strong pushing lineup. Not good at counter-pushing, though, and no real AoE to speak of.
Yeah, Denial Esports really picked up early on the push strategy. Sorry about that. They banned out the Juggernaut as a 3rd ban after seeing this Lone Druid pick, and now that they follow it with a Chen and Beastmaster, they really have to be scared by the push and will pick Keeper of the Light, one of the best anti-pushers in the game against this.
Yeah, 4FC actually banned Shadow Demon. At least to me, it seems you should be banning the Jakiro or Keeper of the Light. Jakiro was already banned in this case, but, well, they'll have to go back for something that gives them an alternative here, because you don't want to go full-on push against Keeper of the Light. Not when the enemy team is Dragon Knight and Lifestealer, and Darkseer and Keeper of the Light good at turtling. Dragon Knight and Lifestealer are going to outcarry a Lone Druid together if the game goes late, and the Lone Druid's not really far ahead.
So what is 4FC going to do now? They kind of had their hand revealed with the push strategy, but maybe they can turn this into more of a split pushing with the Lone Druid. I don't know exactly what they're going to do with their last hero, though, and that is going to be the main thing. It's going to dictate their playstyle, whether they pick a very passive carry split pusher like Anti-Mage. I don't think it works particularly well in this lineup, but it is an option if they want to just put a lot of pressure around the map so Denial Esports can't just turtle, anti-push, and control the game from there.
Yep, 4FC. What is that option going to be? They're still debating this last pick. Oh, there you go. Well,
okay.
I think this is the smart play. Maybe they wanted to go for a heavy push draft, but you can't commit to something like that. And now, actually,
maybe that's why they banned the Shadow Demon.
Yeah, maybe that's why. Maybe they had this in mind for a while, kind of baiting Denial into expecting a HUD on push and then backing off from it. So if that's the case,
that is cheeky.
That's a smart draft from Strangby in that case. But at the same time, I like this Anti-Mage pick regardless because Denial have 1 stun. That's Dragon Tail. Can't really count Monolith. Darkseer is Vacuum, but no actual lockdown really to deal with this Anti-Mage.
I think that this sort of playstyle also fits 4FC much better, just because I think Akrilli was not the most impressive Batrider. His Lone Druid, he's a farmer at heart. And
you just called him Batrider.
Batrider?
Batrider.
Batrider. That hero is a brat.
You're calling him a brat?
And I think they just do more. They do better when they already have items. And I think that with the aggressive strategy early, like we saw last game, they just weren't able to put things together past the laning phase. They sort of dominated their lanes, minus the Luna dying a couple of times, and they just weren't able to carry away with lead. With the ganks and just constantly putting pressure on towers. And I think that if they get an early game lead, they can just get map control with their item advantage and just carry the Anti-Mage will carry them victory 35 minutes plus. That's what they're hoping for, at least.
Yeah, I see someone in the chat is saying that there's static on Dota TV. We'll take a look at it, guys, and if there's anything wrong, we'll try and fix it. But I believe others are watching. I haven't heard any other complaints, so do apologize if there's any issues. We'll try and get them sorted out, but it might just be one of those things we need to reconnect to the server, try changing channels, something like that. So, an aggressive support for Denial. They'll end their draft with the Crystal Maiden. They get some mid-game lockdown for the Anti-Mage. Frostbite's nice against Chen, but I feel Denial are going to have a hard time crushing the laning stage, and if they don't crush it, I think they're going to have trouble taking this game.
Anti-Mage pairs very nicely versus Lifestealer, versus Darkseer, and Keeper of the Light and Crystal Maiden are just food for him in the late game. Dragon Knight will hold up a little bit more, but the problem is they do only have 1 stun like you talked about. Once they get the Manta style, the Frostbite will pretty much be irrelevant, and Crystal Maiden, again, the pressure is on Denial to put the pressure on 4C and prevent Anti-Mage from getting up that farm. And they need to really control the map, defend against the Chen, defend against the Beastmaster once he is level 6, and just try and limit Anti-Mage farm. That is the single most important thing for them this game.
Stand-in 61-16, well, we'll introduce the team now, but he was not, his positioning wasn't ideal in Game 1, so it's possible he could get picked off. But we'll introduce the squad. 4 friends and Krilly. They took Game 1 of this best of 3. We missed it, but we were here for Game 2, and they didn't have such good luck there. It's all tied up now, 1-1. This game decides it all. A best of 3 has become a best of 1. Boomski for 4FC. He'll be playing the Chen this time around. Was the Enigma last game. Clearly their jungle player. Strangby, the support Rubik. I think the player that's impressed me most on this squad be playing support Rubik again. Stand-in 61-16 on the anti-mage. Blomberg, your solo mid Beastmaster, and then the offlaner will be Krilly, and he loves Midas.
Krilly has a stout shield on the bear this time.
Well,
congratulations.
Well, I know you were nitpicking it yesterday. Fairly so, I feel. On the Radiant side, we've got Denial, your Peruvian challengers. Nova, the Lifestealer. Mistco going to be handling the Crystal Maiden. Masuku on the Keeper of the Light. Smash on the solo mid Dragonite. And last but not least, it will be Prodigious 13. God, I love that name. Playing the Darkseer.
And I like the choice from Denial to do an aggressive triple lane. They can really punish this anti-mage pick, and if he gets Battle Fear like past 20 minutes, I think it could be GG if Lifestealer has comparable amounts of farm with an early Basher to try and shut him down. Anti-mage can fall if he doesn't have his Manta style, and putting a lot of pressure on him I think is the right choice here. But it's really on Boomski on the Chen. See how much he can control this lane.
Yeah, will he get an early wild? Can Boomski waiting for that first creep spawn? We'll keep our eyes on him for the time being, as they do place an aggressive ward. The Dark Troll Warlord, not really ideal for controlling the lane, but still a nice hero to jungle with, and potentially can go for some ganks. We'll take a look at the creep camp. There's been a sentry ward deployed, as well as an observer ward. They'll completely spot any kind of pulling action going on, and for the time being, the pull camp. Is this actually out of range?
Which
really?
one?
This?
Oh, yeah, I believe
just
so.
Out of range. Wow. That's really unfortunate.
Unfortunate indeed, and they may be able to scout the Chen too if he comes through the bottom and walks over to Sentry Ward. But looking at CS wise, Anti-Mage is suffering. Only at 1 creep kill, already got hit by a blast and the Crystal Nova harass from Misco. He is forced to play very, very defensively and will have to catch up later on in the game. Prodigious playing very aggressively on Krilly and bottom. 5 last hits for 3 of the heroes. Both
You want the courier mid. Looks like Smash wanted to make a go on it. It came a bit far up, but it should be okay. Masuku now going to be pulling the wave back. I was interested to see that he body blocked this big camp. I figured you're the Radiant side. You have a Keeper of the Light. You can just pull the creeps, and then if they try to contest, you just take them all because you keep the
smoke from the Chen.
But I suppose they're worried about the Chen getting a good creep too close to the lane, and now that smoke will be revealed, and it looks like Denial should be able to back off. They've got the net, but Nova should be fine.
Good awareness from Denial there. As soon as they see the Rubik playing aggressively at all, which means outside of 800 range from his tower, they know that something's up. And even though they didn't actually have Visitor to Chen, he was smoked. Still great awareness by Denial.
While that's happening, that safe lane for Prodigious 13, he's 7-1 to the 3-0 of Krilly. Krilly having a surprisingly hard time. Darkseer should farm in this matchup, but the Lone Druid should as well, and just getting completely out CS thus far.
Only four last hits on him. He does have the Orb of Venom. Maybe he will be able to put out some pressure on Prodigious. He does have. He does have it. Ooh, yep.
Louvre.
He does have the invisibility, but did not put an Ion Shell before him. But he's actually rotating mid. Blomberg is at
roaming, ganking, Darkseer. This could be your first blood smash. I think he walked up too far here. Blomberg now feeling a bit nervous. Yeah, he's given up the gank, and it looks like this Beastmaster going to stay very far back. He
was trying to push out, or he was trying to harass Blomberg with the Fire Breath, but he actually hit the Creep Wave in the process, and because the Creep Wave is already pushed to his tower with that Breathe Fire, rather, they won't be able to go for the gank. I would like to see just a solo Breathe Fire so that they can just initiate him next time with Dragon Tail and when Breathe Fire is off cooldown.
Yeah, that was a smart gank as well, because they're running this aggressive Trine, and they pretty much know 4FC will have all their wards in their own jungle. So if the Darkseer rotates off the lane, and the lane was pushed, which it was the case there, it's pretty hard for 4FC to actually realize that something's going on, and just unfortunate the wave was a bit too pushed. But I think it was a smart gank.
Leuv doing work.
Yeah, Prodigious 13 taking a bit of damage, still has the healing potion for the time being, should be okay.
Oh, I mean, he is getting low. Krilly's going for it.
No, root. So I'm not sure how he expects to get this kill, but just harassing him off the lane.
There's a TV rotation, too, from Denial. Wow, a lot of aggression.
Oh, that's big.
Yeah, that's huge indeed.
Because now the anti-mage is going to farm, and Nova, if he goes up and trades blows, he can do some damage to this anti-mage, but 61-16 getting closer to a potential Reign of Health. And once you get the Reign of Health, the lane generally gets a lot easier and more comfortable for you.
And now with that failed gank from the Darkseer, the Lone Druid has almost caught up to Darkseer's CS, and a little bit of trying to creep pull here from the Radiant side and stealing it with the Keeper Light Blast, but nice blink from 61-16 to steal these kills and ensure he gets some sort of farm in this very difficult lane.
While that's happening, a huge tower dive mid. Blomberg has found the first blood. Denial Smash a little bit overextended there, and a kill that, I mean, he died back here, so he clearly thought he could get it, but overextends a bit. The Crystal Maiden rotating off the top lane. Wasn't quite prepared for it, and Misco does end up equalizing the score.
Yeah, first blood will go in favor of the Forest. I was actually surprised that he died all the way back there.
Yeah, it was a long dive. Did miss the initial engagement, but it looks like he hasn't even hit level 6 yet, so just diving him with his basic abilities. He will hit level 6 now for Smash. Blomberg already has Roar online, so if they want to make another go on Smash, they potentially could.
There is a second smoke on the Chen right now. He does have his boots. Let's see if he makes a move with this Hellbear special. He is only level 4 though, and only 1 creep. They do have a ward. I believe they saw it with that Observer ward. I didn't see any pings come out.
Well, if they saw it, maybe they didn't ping. But for now, they'll smoke. They'll head towards mid. Strangby to lead the way. Oh, Smash. So aggressive. Blomberg has Roar. He's still forcing this. Now we'll get roared. Blomberg says, "Get out of here, you dragon." Throws him up, drops him down. The clap is there, and down he'll go.
Good coordination there to not overlap the stun. I actually thought that telekinesis was going to be used to initiate, but it would have been a lot more difficult had they overlapped. Anti-Mage still going for a Ring of Health first build. I guess it's okay, especially since Crystal Maiden has rotated off the lane. We see a lot of anti-mages when they're in this very defensive position to just go survivability as soon as possible, because if you die and you have a Ring of Health, you're just going to hurt your farm, and it's going to hinder you in that 10-minute farming phase. So a lot of people like to go for early Magic Wand, early Power Treads, get as much strength as possible so you can survive the Chain Stun combo from whatever Denial can bring.
Or even just Tranquil Boots if you want regen, and the move speed makes a big difference. Even if they're broken, it's still better than not having any boots at all, which is currently the case for 61-16. Nova comes back in. We'll start to hit him a few times, backs off, and it looks like Smash will go back to farming mid. I like what 4FC's done just in terms of they can tell Smash is an aggressive player, and they're kind of punishing his aggression. That's 2 times they've roamed on mid. We'll have to see if they go for another gank anytime soon, but now they'll stabilize, and ultimately, if this laning stage is even, it does favor them. However, Prodigious 13 diving the bottom tower. Is he going to get rooted? Nice body block by Krilly, but not controlling the bear during that time. Looked like he could maybe get a kill. Needed that perfect micro. Misco, however, could end up going down. Krilly's still on the chase. He needs a root. He needs a root. Where's that oov action? Now the zap. Down the Crystal Maiden will go.
And I wonder if Krilly is going to go for an early Midas. He actually picked up boots on his bear as well himself. I don't think I did not see him do it last time I played, or I saw him play. I think he went for early phase boots on one, and then perhaps a Midas into them.
He went the early Midas in the one game I remember. At least.
Straight Midas?
I think he went, yeah, just straight Midas. No Tranquil Boots, no boots at all.
And Denial attempting to rotate, but this is the first time that we've seen Crystal Maiden actually gank someone. 7 minutes in, their aggressive triple lane not really paying off for them because Anti-Mage is getting decent levels of farm, 22 and 10, although he is still up top by his lonesome, no support. Chen, level 5, 2 creeps in middle, looking for a roar gank, his 3rd gank on Smash.
Yeah, this Chen, pretty far back. If they want to make a go on Smash, the Chen will need to rotate around. They're just hoping he comes in too far. There's your roar, and Smash has done it again. A little bit overextended. Will he pay this time? The net comes through. No stun from the Centaur, not even needed. The test of faith to seal the deal. The Crystal Maiden does come in. Misco, he actually did try to gank mid earlier. That's when the Dragon Knight ended up giving up first blood. But yeah, for the most part, Misco has been farming, and interestingly has not taken any points in Aura this game. I feel like at least 1 point is highly advisable.
Yeah, that spell got recently buffed. It is very good for 1 point. 1 point gives you 2 mana regen a second. That's like an extra frostbite a minute for him. Misko will find a DD rune on top. They really needed these wards a little bit earlier. They would have been able to scout out with the Chen. That was a very questionable gank by Chen, just because mid is almost always warded up past 7 minutes during the nighttime. And had he had one and not been downhill here, he was in range for him too. He was like very close to melee range in the creeps. He should be a little bit more defensive over here. They had put a lot of pressure on him, and you have to adapt to the way your opponents are playing.
Well, Smash, he just walks right back in mid. He just doesn't think they're going to gank him, but they are. They're going to lift him up. They're going to throw him back, stacking the stuns a bit there, but it's too much damage. Smash probably not getting out. Won't get out. I don't even know. Is there a proverb for the third time?
Third time's a charm.
He has an Observer Ward, too. That time was a smoke, though, so unfortunately, I guess with the Observer Ward, just thought, okay, I'll be safe this time, but this is a smart play by Denial. They're going to fetch the Anti-Mage as well. There's your Infest by Nova. Quick reactions. Unable to Frostbite out, so the kills get traded.
So
Matsuku, however, is in a lot of trouble. He's thrown back. Misko was also dead. All of the Ko's are going down. Or the Koos.
The Koos.
There's no Infest for Nova, but he can rage. Nice reactions by him. Waiting until the Entangle now rages. They need a secondary Entangle. Phase Boot still giving chase.
Are we going to see an Infest Bomb on Stringby? He has someone to spell it, and it is Infest. I don't know what exactly he can pop in. Maybe we'll see a Bear Bomb.
I'm just Bear Bomb. I'm just sad there's no Wisp in this game, because then you can steal the Infest and you can pull a Vic.
Yeah, that would be ridiculous. I have not actually seen that play though. I'm curious to see.
Oh, Vic the Slick. Like. He had a rare moment. He stole. What was the play again? I believe he
stole Relocate and then used it and then stole Infest.
Yeah, in the wall before he went back, he stole Infest. And then infested something, and then the relocate ended, and so he was just off the map, right? Because that's what happens when you infest. Like, your hero doesn't really exist on the map. It's like in storage or something. And then he ends up coming back. So he relocates here, and then when he relocates back, we'll actually see a vacuum. We'll talk about it in a second. Strangby on the run. Crystal Maiden giving chase. It looks like Strangby might end up going down. Misko still chasing. Not going to be able to find the Rubik. Just goes the wrong direction. Okay, so what Vic did, he stole Relocate. He relocates over here. While he's waiting to go back, he steals Infest. He infests a teammate or a creep, I forget, somewhere like over there. Relocate ends, he comes back here, but he's just invisible, like right at mid, basically off the map. And then there's a enemy Lena just sitting here. And he all chats at her and says, "Surprise!" So like that, and then pops out and kills her. His teammate, his Clockwork teammate, stole the last hit. It's on the Dota Cinema, like top 10 fails or funny moments of the week, whatever they call that series.
And here is the strength of the Keeper of the Light. They picked off a few heroes. They killed 2 of the supports as well as putting a lot of pressure on the Light Stealer, forcing him to back out. Oh, 61-16. Oh, so close. Again, they picked off 3 heroes and they were unable to convert that into a T1 tower. That, I mean, most successful ganks are ones where you kill 1 or 2 heroes. Oh, Smash again getting picked off in almost the exact same spot.
This is the bad place. This is the place that Smash should not be.
I mean, at this point, he has illusion runes. Okay, firstly, you can just use that to scout out a little bit. Secondly, he has a rune. He has a ward up there. And thirdly, he has the range form. Play a little bit safer, so you can farm some more items. Please, dear Dragon Knight.
I mean, I actually, Smash is one of the more enjoyable players for me to cast. His TA still gives me chills. He crushed Navi with that, but he's having trouble in this game for sure. A little bit too greedy, a little bit too aggressive. Now Prodigious 13 looking to go back in. There's a Mana Void available. Throws it on the Crystal Maiden, who was trapped at the tower. Really could have made a play for the Darkseer. That's the much bigger kill, but does secure a Crystal Maiden kill. Now Strangby, well, he used Infest.
The Infest Bomb. Maybe you can put it on the
that Rubik Bomb.
Yep, and the first tower will go down. Second tower, rather, for FC. Let's check Lone Druid's item, see if he is going for Midas. Yep, it is 12-minute Midas. He has picked up Phase Boost, though, so he's doing pretty good in terms of farm.
This guy, to me, is like the prototypical, like, Western pub, well, not pub player, but just like it's the kind of the pub style where you just, in the high-level games, you just try to win by getting more Midas gaming, basically. Warden, a great example of that. And Crilly loves his Midas. He loves his Radiance. He loves his Battle Fury. He loves gold. He really loves gold. He'd be good friends with Bruno when Bruno's wearing that shiny shirt.
Smash finally getting a little bit of breathing room middle. Looks like he will take out this tower. There is no glyph, no TP reaction. Oh, there's the first one from Crilly.
Yeah, the TP is a bit late, though. Crilly comes back. Where's the bear? Actually, oh, sorry, that's the Hawk. He'll bring it back in now.
Gotta pick up that Midas. Gotta use that Midas.
So it's interesting that he's going for this build. I guess the good thing is
they're gearing up for late game. They have a late game strategy, even though they're putting a lot of pressure on towers. They have the anti-mage, and I don't think they're going to win it before 30.
Yeah, I guess the only thing is, like, getting a Midas is actually going to hurt you if the big fight... What? Smashes? I thought he would stun the anti-mage there, but apparently not.
There's a ward placed by Masuku, instantly dewarded by String B.
This game is... Am I tripping, or just weird things happening?
Weird things are indeed happening.
Okay. I just want to make sure my water here wasn't dosed. Guys, if you're just joining us, it's game 3 of a best of 3. It's 4FC, 4 Friends at Crilly versus Denial Esports, formerly Arctic Gaming. And currently, well, it's 9-2 in favor of 4FC. They've got the late game lineup. They've
Smash invisible on bottom.
Got the gold advantage.
Just walks
Smash,
up.
Stun 61-16. Struts on him. Under tower. A bit slow on the reactions, but Hand of God's there. Still held in place by Frostbite. Blinks away. The Infest just a split second late. Would have had it, but a little bit slow. Roche does fall while this is happening.
Wow.
And 4FC, I mean, you mentioned it. They have a late game lineup. Obviously, they're going to win if this drags on, and Denial aren't taking huge advantages, but I feel like all the Lone Druid needs to do is be able to fight now, and then the Anti-Mage will carry them later.
Just look at the difference in between the supports from 4FC protecting the Anti-Mage and the support from Denial protecting the Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight, 0-5-0. He's just died in the same place 5 times. No support from his team. They did drop 1 ward there, but that's about it. And in the meantime, Anti-Mage on bottom lane gets gone on. Rubik's there to telekinesis. They have a heal. He pops his magic wand. He has strength treads on and is able to survive. All the meanwhile, they're doing Roshan. So they're just doing a much better job of protecting this Anti-Mage. He only died once, even though he was against a very aggressive lane. We see a smoke from a couple of the heroes on bottom. Blomberg with his Roar Up, with Medallion, Point Booster in bottom.
He's actually very farmed.
Yeah, he's
almost as farmed as the Lifestealer. And I guess Roshan, the tower gold from the mid and top tower is helping out here for sure.
They only have 2 people.
Oh, it's going to be a 2-on-2.
Run away.
Blomberg hiding in the trees for the time being. Nova still farming. Nova now up to an armlet nearly. This needs it delivered. He'll complete the purchase. It'll be flying out to him shortly. Crilly still farming bottom. Everybody's so passive. Triple jungling for Denial. The smoke gank from 4FC, but not actually wanting to make a go here.
This goes heavily in favor of 4FC though, just because they have the Anti-Mage. They have the late game.
Like, if they had a really fat Dragon Knight and a fat Lifestealer and the Anti-Mage was being shut down, I could see Denial taking it pretty late, 30, 40 minutes, but, well, that Dragon Knight's 0-5. The Lifestealer's big, but not that big.
Yeah, he does a fair amount of damage, but he can't get rooted, he can't get roared, he will be slowed by the pig, and they have send back in case they play very, very aggressively.
Oh, Misko, he ran into the shop. Surprise, Misko! Here we are. You wanted to find us? Now you have. Roar on Prodigious 13. He's held in position, dropping fast, gets rooted. Monovoid's there as well. Gets the back off. Is it going to be enough? 61-16 is low. Blinking away. In comes the Chen creep. The assistance has arrived. And now, Masuku to fall. The axe to slice off his head. The late game team is winning the early game, at least right now. 12-2. Now Nova. Netted in position. Can't infest out. Got Centaur stomped while that was happening. Boomski with some impressive micro here. And now to 4FC, they're cruising 13-2, 16 minutes in, about to be a 4K gold lead, an 8K experience lead, and again, on the late game team.
Fantastic rotation from the supports and being able to create this space for the Anti-Mage and just giving them a lot of farm. They're putting so much pressure out on Denial, killing Smash over and over again, and just doing a great job of warding around the map, taking down a lot of the vision from Denial and making them play in the dark and make very difficult decisions.
They continue to push the bottom lane. The Illuminate slowing the push down, but they don't have to take these towers. It's just nice if they do. The Vacuum's there. It pulls the bear back. Illuminate's been stolen by Rubik and thrown out the other way. They will kill off the bear. A 300 gold bounty. But Crilly will resummon it, and I think they just back off here and go back to farming. But Crilly's sticking around. He says, guys, let's fight right now.
He has Aegis.
Remember, he's got Aegis. They do have a Roar as well. It goes on Nova. The Rage is going to wear off soon. The net from the Troll Trap is on cooldown. There's your Crystal Maiden. Oh, Misko. Oh, it got canceled. The Vacuum stolen by the Rubik. Drangby doing his best to confuse me in these fights now. Or, sorry, no, he didn't steal Vacuum. Just the first Vacuum coming out. And it looks like Denial Esports are going to come back in. But Crilly, he's Big Bear again. He doesn't actually have a... Oh, he's still got the summon. Smash on the run. Being chased down. He'll go down. Now the Lifestealer comes in. Now the Lifestealer runs away. Now you see me. Now you don't. Thrown back. Dropping pretty fast. Gets surged back and then rages. And should be able to escape. Jesus, what a confusing fight. 4FC still fighting this out, though. Blomberg, in fact, Roar's almost halfway cooled down. That was already a 40-second fight. And hang on to your hats, because we're not done yet. Open wounds on Blomberg, sent back by the Chen. Now Boomski, Dragon-tailed, will be going down. but saves his carry in the process. 4FC sticking around, throwing away an Aegis there.
Not a bad fight for them, though. They traded a couple hero kills. They killed the Crystal Maiden. They killed the Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight bought back, and all they lost was the Chen and the Aegis. Not a big deal for them at all. As long as they survive this early game, make reasonable trades, and try and put a little bit of pressure on Denial, things are going well for them.
They also gave away the Bears. That's another 300 gold. It's probably close to 1,000 gold that they lost, but like you said, it's still decent for them. And their anti-mage is getting farm. Now the Claymore's up, 61-16. Could have a 20-minute Battle Fury, which, to be honest, isn't that bad considering how poor his farm was in the laning stage. Only 74 CS. Even if he has
Beastmaster has Scepter.
Yeah, that's big, especially against the Lifestealer and a Dragon Knight. That Dragon Knight not going for BKB, though. He'll skip that. Against Root, it's nice to have a BKB, but just wants the Shadow Blade initiation. I actually think they do need it, otherwise there's just no way to gank this anti-mage.
Right, and again, anti-mage still doing pretty well on farm. Only died once, and that is a big thing. He's escaped a couple ganks with nearly no HP, and now Denial just can't put up enough pressure on him. I don't think they'll have enough map control for next Roshan, and once that happens, 4C's heroes are going to be really, really difficult to take down in a team fight.
The gold will tip the way of 4F, or rather the way of Denial for the first time in a long time. They still trail by over 5,000. They still trail in terms of experience by over 10,000. However, that being said, they have a good mid-game ganking lineup. Maybe they can just find some snowball opportunities here.
Maybe some Nyx bombs inside a Shadowbladed Dragon Knight, kind of like a pseudo Nyx bomb.
Or even just a Darkseer who surges the Lifestealer in.
Any of those would be pretty good. And they need to start finding some kills. This is not a turtle lineup, hey, we'll win and out late game you with our heroes. That is not the lineup that Denial has, and if this continues on, this rather passive game from them, and just the gold continually going in favor of 4FC, we all know how this will end.
They're going to get anti-maged.
Anti-fun. The
fun ends not here, but there, at the 40-minute mark, right over there.
Good wards out by 4FC. They have one in middle. Again, Denial, they know that Denial needs to try and find some sort of kills, and unless they smoke, I think that Denial will be, or 4FC rather, will be very prepared, especially if the Hawk is in position. He has his Boar over here at the Ancient Spawn shaking that stack, and they have the Greater Hawk in middle scouting that out. So they have complete vision of Denial right now. They know exactly what they're going to do, and now it's going to be a push mid.
Yeah, they know if they can basically see if Denial's being greedy. They'll surge and smash. They'll work on the tier 2 mid. Denial Esports trying to force a fight, but Strangby will surge away. Shadowblade is online for smash, and maybe it's the initiation they need. But when they're under tower, it won't be a sneaky one. He'll just have to jump in. Surge available for the Darkseer. Mech already deployed. Still, Denial Esports, this Radiant squad, banging on the tier 2 mid, and it looks like it might fall. It's in deny range. They're actually going to let it be denied. Well, that really hurts this team. They're grouping a lot. In fact, the Dragon Tail's thrown out on an illusion. While this happens, Lone Druid farms top, Anti-Mage farms bottom. All according to plan for 4 Friends and Krilly.
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad of a trade. They didn't really technically get anything out of it except for farm on their 2 important carries, but they need farm. They have a Midas on the Spirit Bear. He's very close to his Radiance, and just a recent pickup of Battle Fury on the Anti-Mage. They're still very weak. They're getting there in terms of farm, but it's just too risky to take on 5-on-5 fight. That T2 tower, not terribly important, especially with the lanes almost constantly going to be pushed out with the Bear Radiance and with the blinking Anti-Mage to be had soon.
Guys, if you haven't already heard, you can visit gc.corsair.com. They're doing a Dota TV ticket giveaway. Instructions on how to sign up are there, and you can also support the organizers, make the sponsors happy by doing so. Big shout out to Corsair for organizing and supporting this $10,000 tournament, helping to build the Western Dota scene. We'll see if they do some more events in the future. They've already done a lot for DreamHack in the past, for StarCraft, for Dota 2. Great to see them getting involved here. Aegis to respawn in 2 minutes time. 4FC leading 15-3, 22 minutes in. There's your Radiance. Radiance Midas for Krilly. Now he just needs the Battle Fury, and I think he'll have all the farm required.
And Maelstrom, and Refresher Midas, and Midas on his hero.
Yeah,
gotta go all out.
That's true. Krilly could have gone double Midas. I suppose it's not fair to say he's completely greedy, but God, he likes farm. I like farm too,
Look at this
so I can
split
admire
farming
that.
by him.
Farming the neutrals with one hero, with the hero bear, and then another with the hero. Pretty good stuff. The bear's the real hero, though. He doesn't get the spotlight as much as he should.
Yep.
That poor spirit bear.
Panda bears. You just push them off cliffs, though.
Yeah, why is the panda bear... Like, why does the panda bear... Why is it subservient to the regular bear? These are the things that keep me
Panda
up
Bear,
at night.
Panda Bear is pretty awesome. And I think that Denial can just try and just gank the bear if it plays very aggressively. A lot of times when we see lone druids pick up Radiance, they just put their bear in lane away from the hero, leave it all alone, and if you can kill it 1 or 2 times, he just pretty much can't do it for the rest of the game, man. You should just gank it with the Shadow Blade, Dragon Knight, plus the Nyx. I think those 2 heroes, maybe +1.
Well, here's your Lifestealer bomb. It'll be Misko with an Ogre Club just charging into the enemy jungle. Walks right into Krilly, does Frostbite him, but an immediate root on Misko. He's going to drop fast. Krilly gets surged away. Should be absolutely fine for the time being. The bear, however, might not. Misko low. Radiance Burn will take it down, and now there's no open wounds. Will escape. You need to not do that with the Crystal Maiden.
That's Surge.
Yeah, it was a well-timed Surge by the Rubik. I guess Denial didn't know that they had Surge, but I still feel like your Shadowblade Dragonite, while it's nice to farm a BKB, you're up against an Axe Beastmaster and Entangle. The BKB is not going to suddenly turn this game around.
If you have a Shadow Blade, use it.
They got to gank more. They got to gank more.
There's a lot of awkward ganks going on. We saw the 2-man smoke by 4FC, the 2-man bomb by Denial, and I think you really need at least 3 to pick off a hero so fast that the other team can't react.
4FC, there's a double damage rune at the bottom rune, and they'll head for a Roche. Roshan, number 2 for 4FC. 16-3 your score, 24 minutes in, and 4FC are cruising. Meanwhile, Smash just split pushing top. They have to know this Roche is up. They must just feel they can't fight, and while that's happening, Anti-Mage suicides to neutrals.
I don't exactly know how that happened. I was not looking at him, but oh, I guess he was taking out that ancient stack. I mean, they're at like 300 HP. That is not one hit. That is not one hit from an anti-mage. But Beastmaster has picked up a gem. They know that they don't have any vision around the Roshan pit. Maybe I'm that dead. What? It's 24 minutes in.
Like I said, I feel like I'm in the twilight zone of Dota right now. These teams have had good games. Like especially, we saw some good games from them yesterday, but I've seen 4FC play really well. I saw Denial play really well yesterday.
Oh, here's the gank train coming on Krilly.
Is there a holiday I don't know about? Then they go on Nova. Nova will simply infest and get out. You think it's Krilly who's getting ganked. You're wrong. It's Nova, and he's in trouble. Roared up, then comes the mech. Now maybe there's enough backup.
Oh.
Dat Root Gaming.
What a root.
Does the trick.
His bear's gonna die.
No, the bear's coming in. 300 gold away. Krilly just wants to kill. He's got to resummon. He'll feed the 300 gold away. Remember, he's got Aegis. Boy, Krilly gets real feisty when he's got an Aegis, does he not? Misko on the run. Blomberg heading to the left while the bear chases down Misko. Now goes back the other direction. They don't seem like
he doesn't have a TP out. He is so screwed.
Yeah, the Crystal Maiden suiciding to neutrals. All Prodigious 13 tries to run, but you can't run from a bear that's perma-hasted. Crystal Maiden does indeed suicide. And now mid lane, Misko getting caught out. This is just a good old-fashioned beatdown.
Wow, 5-0.
That was the most awkward team wipe you'll ever see. But
that was the most timely route ever, too.
But in fact, it was a team wipe, somehow.
Wow, that buyback from the Keeper Light. Trying to stall the push a little bit. There is still the Aegis up on the Lone Druid, although he does not have his second bear up. Blomberg is just super farmed. 3,100 gold. I think if he gets a Blink Dagger, Denial can't really split push at all, and they'll just wear him down slowly but surely with the split push of the Anti-Mage, with the power of the Bear Demolish.
They'll group up bottom and look to push. 61-16 on the Anti-Mage, level 16 now. Mantis coming soon, and once he has that, open wounds won't affect him. Actually, doesn't want to man fight Nova 1v1, but there's your roar. Now Nova held in place. No infest for 12 seconds time. Can he get out? No chance it feels. That bear, that's an angry bear. That's a very angry bear. It'll bring him down. On the backside, they found Prodigious 13. He'll fall as well. I don't know if they can keep on fighting Merlina. I'm surprised they've got any fight left in them. There's your Mana Void on the full mana Keeper of the Light. Not the Crystal Maiden with 0 mana. Will it cost them? They've lost their Anti-Mage, smashed the fall, as well as your own Druid. Lost the Aegis. This could be bear number 2 down the drain. That's 300 gold. That could be 600 gold. That would be 900 on the game. Krilly held in position. He'll go down. Strangby's going to be next. Not going to find his way out. I can't catch this game anymore. This is too much. I'm going home. Except I am home. I don't know what to do. Strangby surges, but he gets mono leaked. He's held in place by that.
That jukes!
Tries to juke, but in fact, probably just let them stay in range. Now they back him back. They'll bring him down fast. I don't know how they managed to lose that fight so badly, but they did force a lot of buybacks, but...
They just went to town.
What is this
Ridiculous game? Dota. Heaven's Halberd pick up on the Beastmaster. I think a couple of things went wrong for them there. Firstly, Anti-Mage did not kill those heroes quickly enough because
he
did
mana avoided
at
a full
HP.
mana Keeper of the Light.
He could have blinked out, but he really wanted to kill. And, I mean, if he didn't die to neutrals, he'd have his Manta style. That would have made a big difference there. Lone Druid getting caught out. I mean, I don't think he's the best Aegis bearer. Anyways,
Bearer. I see what you did there.
When he comes out of the Aegis, he's in the range form, and he is very susceptible to getting bursted down, which is what exactly what happened there. They dropped a wall on him. He died. No bear. What do they do? The bear also died on the time on top. He really could have used another resummon. The bear was just way too low for them to fight. A little bit of an overextension, but 4FC still having a commanding lead in this game.
Well, I gotta say, EG is waiting for the winner of this best of 3, and these teams are gonna have to play a lot better than this if they want to beat EG.
I definitely agree with you
EG is definitely not in their top form right now. I mean, we saw them struggle quite a bit yesterday in a few games against Dignitas, a good opponent, but still, it just based on watching it, regardless of the results, EG just doesn't seem like they're in top form. But you can't show up like this and expect to beat EG. So the teams, whoever wins, will need to take a cold shower and cool off and come back with clear heads because this is not going to cut it.
So we see potentially 2 Heaven's Halberds being built on the side of Denial. I myself would prefer a Ghost Scepter on the Crystal Maiden. Here, Roar
bottom lane, Prodigious 13. Out farming, not even that far, just anywhere past the tower is dangerous. And now they might take this tower. Meanwhile, mid lane, they found Boomski. He's got a Ghost Scepter, not using it yet. He will pop the mech first. He'll try and wait out for some, well, pretty much just dead. Ghost Scepter now. Hand of God comes through. Noah says thanks. Now Mindfest really packs the punch. He'll get the kill.
And meanwhile, they will be pushing bottom. Let's see what he steals. He steals the level 4 Illuminate. Not the greatest spell for Ruby to have when you're on the offensive, but not a bad spell nonetheless. Krilly just split pushing top again. The ballpark or the game's totally in control of them. All they need to do is just split push, farm a little bit more, pick some heroes off for Denial, just limit their farm. Lifestealer, he had a very good early start. He had early Midas, but he's definitely fallen off in terms of net worth. Only 10,600 gold. That is a whopping 5,000 behind the Lone Druid and a few thousand behind the Beastmaster and the Anti-Mage. This bear is
like a fountain of gold. One more auto attack will bring it down.
300 gold.
No, that's 1,200 bear gold for the game.
I mean, he doesn't care about
that's
the bears.
That's a tower's worth of gold.
Gold for everybody, says Krilly.
Yeah. This guy loves gold so much, he wants everyone to have some too. Well, they're getting some too.
Oh, there's the Manta style on the Anti-Mage, and they really just don't have enough control for him. All they really have is a Dragon Tail. You can split out of Crystal Maiden, and with Lifesteal being a tad bit underfarmed, and them going for Heaven's Halberds instead of Basher, is just going to let Anti-Mage go to town on them. Heaven's Halberd is actually not that effective against Radiance Bear either.
Yeah, the bear's still going to burn you even if you have the Heaven's Halberd, and you also can't Heaven's Halberd both, so you can't do it with the Anti-Mage and the Lone Druid. And it's also a mid-game item, and, well, I guess 4FC can win the mid-game or the late game. They're so far ahead. I don't know if item selections matter, but they'll find Prodigious 13. Krilly will go for a Roar here. Nope, actually the Roar coming out for the Beastmaster, I mean. Prodigious 13, wow, that illuminate. That did a lot of work. In comes 6116. Look for the Mana Void. If he wants to drop it, he can. Smash slowed by the Boar. Now the Bear giving chase. The Oov doing work as well. And Masuko on the run. It's a headlong retreat to the fountain. No, back into the lane. Triple kill for 6116. No Space Gem will be played for this Anti-Mage performance, though.
And without Lifestealer there, what can they do besides call GG?
Mali Sports get defeated here by 4FC. They'll be eliminated from the Corsair Summer Tour 2013.
Farmer greedy playstyle definitely suits 4FC a lot better than the early aggressive playstyle. They played a fairly greedy lineup. They had a very defensive triple lane. Chen didn't really go to the lane that much, and it really paid off for them. 12-minute Midas, doesn't matter. Feed gold everywhere. Gold for days. That's what Lumi would say.
Got to get that value.
He did get that value.
He got the value out of the bear. The problem is he got the value for Denial, for his opponent.
Didn't even matter at all, though. Pretty solid play from 4FC, minus the questionable Anti-Mage dying to neutrals, and maybe playing a little bit too aggressively. But he is a stand-in. You expect some teammate coordination and mistakes coming out from there. But
yeah, it's definitely a learning experience for him. It's they have a clean slate now. They'll go up against EG. They'll hopefully just not think about some of the smaller mistakes this game and just be happy they advance. 2-1, they'll take down Denial. I know 4FC is a good team. Like, they actually did well in the EMS tournament. They did well in Star Ladder in the group stages, I believe. They beat some good teams. they're capable of making a decent run in this tournament, maybe squeaking through past EG if EG are having an off day.
I don't know about that.
If they have a bunch of stand-ins or something, I could see it. But if EG show up and they actually mean business, yeah, it's not
Which
gonna
demon
happen.
is it going to be today?
You never know. That's the beauty of Demon.
You never know with EG. And which Bambo is it going to be today?
It's gonna be support Bambo, I think.
Is it going to be a Blinking Shen? Did he play that?
I,
That was
I
Betas.
love casting Bambo. He's one of my favorite players. He's a really nice guy, super friendly.
It's calculated clowniness as opposed to just
He
clowniness.
just, I don't know. Maybe he's just got to get used to playing support. But his support, he plays it like he's a 3 or a 2. Like he plays so aggressively. Oh man. Well, we'll get to see some sexy Bambo Dota soon. We'll get to see some Evil Geniuses Dota soon. This is only our first best of 3 of the day, guys. It's now a wrap. 4FC are moving on. Denial are eliminated. Coming up next will be Evil Geniuses versus 4FC. Best of 3, your final match of the day for the Corsair Summer Tour 2013. We're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, we'll be live with that best of 3. Be sure to check out gc.corsair.com. You can enter for a chance to win free Dota TV tickets and also make the organizers happy. I'm LD. He's Merlini. And we'll be right back.